Hi lovelies! Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, a warm welcome to you. I create beauty, fragrance, fashion, and lifestyle content, and if that sounds good to you, please take a second to subscribe to my channel, that red button right there. That really helps me grow my channel, you guys. So today I'm here with the niche version of my favorite winter fragrances, you guys. I did the designer version of this before this video. I will link it up here and down in the description box for you guys. So I'm here with my favorite niche fragrances for winter. Winter, you ask? Why not fall and winter? Cold weather fragrances? Well, I'll explain all that to you. There is a difference between fall and winter fragrances. I'll explain all that to you. If you want to hear all about it and my favorite niche winter fragrances, just keep watching. So you guys, before we jump into my favorite winter niche fragrances, I actually announced a 30% discount code in one of my previous videos, you guys. It was the ultimate holiday designer perfume gift guide for women, you guys. Check that video out. In that video, I announced a 30% discount for you guys on fragrancenet.com to buy any fragrance your heart's desire for yourself or your loved ones as gifts this holiday season. You can use my code. Check the description box of that video, you guys. I think many of you missed that video because it was uploaded at a time when you were all busy with Thanksgiving and spending time with your families. Check that video out. I will be bringing the niche version of that perfume gift guide very soon here. Stay tuned for that. So let's get right into these favorite winter niche fragrances. So you guys, like I said, there is a slight difference between fall and winter fragrances to me. Yes, we mainly differentiate between warm weather and cold weather fragrances, but there is a slight difference between the fragrances that I wear in fall and winter. I've noticed there are certain notes and accords that work really well in super cold weather, in that beautiful, super icy cold winter weather. I have noticed that fragrances with balsam, like balsamic notes and piney sort of notes, conifer notes, work really well in the winter time, you guys. Those kind of scents really go with the whole vibe of winter, with Christmas and everything, that evergreen kind of smell with the crisp freshness of evergreen, like the conifer notes and accords, and then balsam accords really work well in winter time, you guys. Not so much in fall. And also I've noticed the soft gourmands, not the really heavy hitter, hard kind of, thick gourmands that have gourmand notes like, praline or coffee or anything like that. That's more suitable for fall in my opinion, because I've noticed that those kind of heavy, thick gourmand notes work really well in not so warm and not so cold weather. Not so much a vibe for the a little bit more, I guess, snowy, super cold, icy, white kind of winter. You know what I mean? There's a difference. Like the more fresh kind of conifer, balsam, piney kind of fresh fragrances are better for winter. But the soft gourmand, notes like chantilly cream, whipped cream, or marshmallow, those sort of like soft gourmand fragrances, they work amazingly well in winter as well, because they're not too thick, not too heavy, has that sort of freshness about them as well, because most of them have citrus notes as well. Really work well in winter time with that sort of more beautiful, bright, kind of white, snowy, cold weather in winter. I've also noticed that super musky fragrances, like fragrances with a massive musk accord, work super well in winter as well. Really works hand in hand with that beautiful sort of freshness that winter has, kind of different kind of fresh. I'm not talking, citrus summer kind of fresh, but more like piney, conifer, balsam kind of freshness of the winter with that white, snowy, kind of super cold weather. Yes, so yeah, the musks work, super musk heavy fragrances work really well in winter as well. Another type of fragrance that work really well in the winter time are the super sort of heady, very hypnotic, narcotic, bewitching white floral fragrances, you guys. The ones that are really heady, you know, very strong with other strong notes. They work amazing in wintertime. There's something cold about those fragrances. A good example would be Dior Addict is a good example, and Hypnotic Poison. Those are designer examples. Like, you know, look, those kind of coldish white floral fragrances work super amazing in the winter time as well. So that's the difference between fall and winter fragrances to me. And I have some amazing niche fragrances that are my go-to fragrances for winter time, you guys. Now check out my designer fragrances, my favorite designer winter fragrances video. I linked it up there and down in the description box. Check that out because I had a lot of amazing ones in there as well. So the first fragrance I have here for you guys is an amazing vanilla fragrance for winter. Vanilla is like a soft gourmand, you know. This is not necessarily a gourmand fragrance per se. This is actually more balsamic and falls into that sort of, you know, balsam kind of category. In my opinion, vanilla balsam kind of fragrance. This one has this particular note. I will tell you what it is. That's perfect for winter weather. This is something that I really love, enjoy wearing in the wintertime. It really works very well, performs so well in wintertime. This is Maison Francisca Jean Gentle Fluidity Gold. You guys, this is a beautiful, beautiful vanilla fragrance with this juniper berry note, you guys, which falls into that sort of, you know, fir, pine, balsam sort of notes. You know, juniper berry is very much that type of note. This is quite a bit balsamic as well, this fragrance. Again, perfect for winter. Yeah, I know a lot of people think that this is like an all year round fragrance. Yes, you can wear it all year round. Obviously, I mean, any of these fragrances you can wear anytime you want if you want it. But we're talking about what works best in what season, you know what I mean? What performs well, what notes go well with that particular kind of weather. This is a very vanilla heavy, ambery, powdery, woody fragrance with that balsamic touch. It's got like a fresh spiciness about it, some soft spices to it. It's very musky. It's super aromatic. That's another thing I noticed with fragrances that work really well in winter, you guys. They tend to be super aromatic and tend to be balsamic, like I said. There's a massive dose of vanilla in this fragrance. There's a massive dose of amber. There are woody notes in this fragrance. There's that juniper berry, adding that sort of balsamic touch to this fragrance. There's a big dose of musk in this fragrance. And then you get those beautiful soft spices. It's not too overpowering. You know, nutmeg and coriander, very soft. You know what, there's a freshness about this fragrance as well that works really well in the winter time. Really beautiful, you guys. Yeah, this is Maison Francisca Jean Gentle Fluidity Gold. By the way, you guys, if you want to buy Maison Francisca Jean fragrances, they are available on Twisted Lily at a 10% discount with my discount code. It's Cleo10. I will link it all down in the description box. I've noticed that you can't get very good discounts for Maison Francisca Jean fragrances, you guys. Even on discount websites that we all know very well, they tend to be more expensive on those websites because for some reason they are not discounted anywhere. So 10% is a very good discount for Maison Francisca Jean fragrances. By the way, Twisted Lily now has like limited edition 35 ml Maison Francisca Jean bottles too that you can buy. All of them if you want, like if you want smaller versions of them, 35 ml, they're available right now. They have like this rotating website banner thing. Make sure that you look at every like banner, and one of them is about the 35 ml Maison Francisca Jean fragrances. I know that Saks was having a 15% discount on MFK fragrances. If you miss that sale, this is a good opportunity for you. This 10% discount is always available with my discount code. I will link all that information down in the description box for you guys. So the next fragrance is also by MFK. This is an amazing fragrance that I really enjoy wearing in the winter time. Something about the dark coldness of this fragrance is perfect for winter time. This one is MFK Oud Satin Mood Extrait de Parfum. Oh, you guys, I've talked so much about this fragrance. I don't need to say much. This is that beautiful rose oud combo fragrance, but this has that beautiful violet, you know, that makes it really sophisticated and powdery at the same time. The rose oud combo makes it very sort of dark, femme fatale, black widow type, mysterious fragrance, you know what I mean? And then of course, to make it even more beautiful, it has a massive dose of vanilla. That rose oud with the vanilla, like rose and vanilla, a match made in heaven, you guys. It's very feminine and beautiful. Then oud adds that sort of dark, mysterious oriental touch. And then there's that beautiful powdery violet, makes it so classy, sophisticated, powdery. It's like I said, very much a rose, oud, vanilla, violet, powdery, sort of ambery, slightly warm and slightly fresh, kind of spicy fragrance. This has like damask rose and Turkish rose, I believe, like a couple of types of rose notes in here. There's that beautiful violet, of course, and the massive dose of vanilla. There's the agar wood, really high quality agar wood. It's not your barnyard oud at all. And then you get a big dose of amber. You get, I believe, geranium as well. There's sandalwood with that beautiful sensual feel. Amazing, gorgeous fragrance, you guys. Very sexy, a must have in anyone's collection, I would say, in your niche collection. Again, you can use that discount code for 10% off your purchase on Twisted Lily if you want to buy this fragrance, you guys. This is Maison Francisca Jean Oud Satin Mood Extrait de Parfum. Next, I have a fragrance that always reminds me of Christmas, you guys. For whatever reason, starting from the bottle to the scent, always kind of gives me sort of warm and fuzzy feelings. Reminds me of Christmas. It smells like Christmas. To me, this is Xerjoff Bouquet Ideal. Oh my gosh, you guys, this one again is that beautiful sort of balsamic fragrance that's amazing. It reminds me of Christmas holiday. It's a woody and vanilla heavy fragrance, you guys, that's really balsamic. Like I said, perfect for winter. It's a little bit sweet. It's powdery. It's got like warm and fresh spices, I believe, in here. Like a slight spicy hint. It's not overwhelming, very slight sort of mild spiciness. It's super aromatic. Again, another pattern that I'm seeing. Very aromatic fragrances are perfect for winter. And it's got some white florals as well. So you guys, it opens with some beautiful like spices that are quite mild, like nutmeg and cinnamon. It's not overpowering, very mild, kind of soft, sort of spicy opening. And then in the middle you get a bunch of beautiful woody notes like guaiac wood, there's cedar wood, there is sandalwood with the sensual touch, and I believe there's papyrus as well. And in the base you get a massive dose of vanilla, you guys, and then you have a little bit of coumarin. There's labdanum, which smells a little bit like leather, you know. There's tobacco flower, and then there is musk. So yeah, you guys, there are some balsamic notes that they have not revealed in this fragrance. It's definitely quite a bit balsamic, and again, perfect for the winter. Reminds me of the holidays. Again, from the bottle to the juice, a beautiful fragrance. This is Xerjoff Bouquet Ideal. So next I have an atomic fragrance, you guys, that you should only wear in the most super cold weather. I'm telling you, it really lives up to its name. I'm telling you, it's a floral rose fragrance with a little bit of green nuances, but very much atomic, and only should be worn in the super cold weather. Otherwise it'll give you a headache and everyone else around you a headache. This one is Inicio Atomic Rose. This one is basically like Parfums de Lina on steroids, pretty much. It's like a very strong version of it. They're not alike, but you know what I mean. It reminds me of Delina, only like a super I don't know, on steroid version. I can smell it over here. It's a super powerful fragrance. This is that, you know, super strong rose fragrance with a little bit of a green, sour kind of something cutting through it, just kind of like Delina. It's very much a rose fragrance. There are other florals too, but there's a good dose of vanilla. It's got that green, you know, touch to it that cuts through the fragrance. It's got soft spices. It's a little bit ambery. It's fresh. You know, that's another thing I noticed. There is a freshness about some of the fragrances that are perfect for winter as well. And it's a little bit powdery. It opens with Hideon, pink pepper, and bergamot. A beautiful sort of soft, spicy, floral, and fresh opening. And in the middle, you get a massive dose of Bulgarian rose and Turkish rose. So you have both of those very expensive rose notes in here. And then there's Egyptian jasmine. And in the base, you get a huge dose of vanilla and a massive dose of amber. But there is something green in this fragrance, really like sort of sour greenish kind of something in here that they have not revealed. I mean, it might be rhubarb, but I don't think it's rhubarb, but something else green that's in here that's cutting through the fragrance that they have not revealed. And obviously there are other notes in here that they haven't revealed. Yeah, but those are the only notes that they've revealed. It's a super atomic, strong fragrance that you should only wear in like the super sub-zero weather, very cold weather, you know, not sub-zero, but super cold weather, wintry, snowy weather. And this is also actually really good for the early spring, because early spring is still pretty cold and has that same sort of crisp, you know, brightness that winter has. So yeah, perfect for early spring as well. This is Initio Atomic Rose. Speaking of Atomic Rose and it being similar to Delina, I have in my hand one of the Delinas. It's my favorite Delina, and I think this one should only be worn in the winter time because it's super strong and it can be headache inducing if, you know, you overspray and wear it in warm weather. This one performs really well in super cold weather, you guys. This one is Perfumes de Marly Delina Exclusive. This one, you guys, is my favorite Delina out of all three. I have all three of them, by the way. This one is a beautiful rose fragrance with this sort of powderiness to it. And it's a little bit oriental because the incense note in here is a little heightened, more heightened than the original. This has got oud in it, you know, it's got that oriental vibe. It's a very strong rose fragrance. The big difference is this one doesn't have that sort of green, sour rhubarb note that's in the original Delina. I think the original Delina is perfect for spring and this one is better for winter. It's a super rose, like floral, vanilla heavy fragrance. There's oud in here. There are woody notes. There's something fresh about this fragrance as well. And it's a little bit sweet. It opens with lychee, pear, and bergamot like the original. I think has the same notes except pear, I believe. Instead, it has like rhubarb. I don't remember. Yeah, it's got that lychee, signature lychee note in that all the Delinas have. And then in the middle, you get that beautiful Turkish rose, which is the signature across all the Delinas. There's argawood, that's oud, a nice, beautiful, clean oud. It's not the barnyard oud. And then you get that very big dose of incense, which makes the smell, along with the oud, a little bit more oriental. And in the base, you get a massive dose of vanilla, a massive dose of amber, and other woody notes. This one, to me, is perfect. It performs so much better in the really cold weather, even more than fall, you guys. This is Perfumes de Marly Delina Exclusive. So next, I have a few fragrances that are really strong with a notable leather accord in them. I think leather is one of those notes that work really amazing in the wintertime in super cold weather, especially because leather is a very super strong note and accord. You can really, you know, it makes fragrances super strong. So yeah, I think winter is an amazing time for leather dominant fragrances. Yeah, you can wear them in the fall time as well, but in particular, I think they perform really well in even more cold weather. I have three of them right here. The first one is Tiziana Terenzi Spirito Florentino. You guys, this one is mainly a leather fragrance. I mean, the top accord is leather. This has that sort of Baccarat Rouge vibes, you guys, because that one and this share some notes like saffron. There's ambergris. There's one other note that they share. That's why they smell similar. But this has a very dominant leather cord that adds to this fragrance, in my opinion, makes it even stronger and adds that sort of expensive, sophisticated touch that leather adds to fragrances. This is a very much a leather, woody, animalic, warm, spicy, amber, smoky, little bit earthy fragrance with white florals and a little bit of mossiness in it. It opens with saffron like Baccarat Rouge 540, and then there is mandarin orange. I think there's lily and jasmine also in the opening. Yeah, jasmine is the other note that Baccarat Rouge 540 and this share, other than ambergris and saffron. And in the middle you get those white florals with one yellow floral. There's magnolia, there's lily of the valley, there's ylang ylang, and then there's that big dose of ambergris, which gives it that ambery touch, you know. In the base you get a bunch of precious exotic woody notes, like there's sandalwood too with the sensual touch, there's birch and a bunch of other exotic woods. And then this has that massive dose of leather, you guys, in the base with a big dose of musk, and there's a little bit of moss giving it like a little bit of an earthy touch. This, in my opinion, is amazing in the wintertime, performs super well since it's a very strong fragrance. This is definitely a heavy hitter kind of fragrance. This is Tiziana Terenzi Spirito Florentino. Next, I have another leather fragrance that I really love wearing in fall and winter actually, but because of the leather cord, in my opinion, this is even more suited for winter. This is a very strong, hard projecting, long lasting fragrance, definitely a heavy hitter, a beast mode fragrance, if you will. This is something that should be worn in super cold weather. This one is Fragrance du Bois Siberian Rose. You guys, ooh, this one is a beautiful, super strong, massively strong fragrance. This has that sort of like leather musk kind of feel to it, with the white florals, you know. This has tuberose and a bunch of other white florals. It's woody, it's got rose in it. Again, it's very aromatic, it's balsamic. There you go, aromatic, balsamic. Both fragrance accords, I told you, work really well in winter, super cold weather. It's a little bit mossy, it's a little bit earthy. So you guys, in the opening of this fragrance, you get that juniper note, which gives it like sort of a balsamic touch. There are other balsamic notes in here, I'm pretty sure as well. The juniper, you know, gives it that sort of like wintry vibes to this fragrance in the opening. This also has pink pepper, cinnamon, kind of softer spices with a juicy feminine pear note in the opening. And in the middle you get those beautiful florals. There's tuberose with I think other white florals, but then you get that gorgeous rose note in here that works amazingly well with the leather that's in the middle as well. There's, I believe, also ylang ylang. And in the base you get a massive dose of amber with patchouli and moss. You guys, this one is amazing for really super cold weather in the dead of winter. Perfect fragrance, performs much better in super cold weather. It's a beast mode fragrance, definitely something you want to reserve for the coldest of the months. This one is Fragrance du Bois Siberian Rose. So next I have another fragrance that's actually technically a designer fragrance, but this one is super high quality, super expensive, that I usually put this in with the niche fragrances, you guys. This really is niche quality, niche pricing. This one is none other than Christian Louboutin Loubi Raj. This is a sexy, sexy fragrance, you guys. That suede note in here. Ooh, wow, see, this really, like, now that it's super cold, this really performs so much better in the cold weather. I'm telling you guys, I had this in warmer months and I couldn't smell this so nicely, so wonderfully, you know, at its best, you know. I'm telling you, something about the cold weather make these fragrances smell better, this type of fragrances. So yeah, like I said, this has that, you know, suede note in here. This has got like definitely musk in it. You know, you can tell there's a big dose of musk. There's that leather accord from the suede. It's got woody notes. It's got a little bit of a soft, spicy touch. It's slightly powdery. You know, Christian Louboutin Loubi Ver collection fragrances, you guys. They only reveal like 3 notes, so I only know 3 notes, but I can tell you what else is in here. So the revealed notes are pink pepper in the opening, suede in the middle, and cedar in the base. You guys, but this has a massive, massive, massive dose of musk for sure. Very musky, again, perfect for winter weather, super musk heavy fragrances, and add that leather to it, perfect for winter. Yeah, there's something balsamic about this fragrance as well, you guys. I think there are other notes that they have not revealed. It's a little sweet, so there must be something slightly sweet in it as well. This one performs amazing only in super cold weather. This is one of my favorite sexy fragrances, you guys. This is Christian Louboutin Loubirage. So then I have a fragrance that is a super beast. Super massive, massive. Massive beast. This has a fragrance note that is amazing for actually one of the few that's perfect for fall and winter. This is one of the notes that I like to wear in fall and winter. That's cherry, you guys. I like to wear cherry fragrances in fall and winter. I think it's an amazing note. I think that's perfect for cold weather period, but this one is such a strong beast that it should only be worn in the super coldest of the months. This one is Monstera Wild Cherry. You guys, whew. So this one is one of the older ones, as you can see, twist cap. Gosh, this is so powerful, powerful fragrance. This one is basically a cherry dominant, but with a massive citrus accord and a massive powdery accord. So those 3 are the biggest accords in this fragrance. It's like you can smell it over here. It could take an eye out, a nose out if you wear this in anything less than super cold months of the year, you guys. This is a beast, 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 beast mode fragrance. You will offend people if you don't wear it just in the coldest of the months. Again, cherry really complements that super cold weather, especially adding the fact that this also is very powdery. It's perfect for winter. It's very much a cherry, powdery, vanilla, citrusy, sort of iris, almond, nutty, musky, earthy, woody fragrance. It opens with cherry and a bunch of citrus notes like lemon and bergamot and punch. Very much citrus is very strong in here with that cherry and powdery notes. So in the middle you get iris and heliotrope. Both are super powdery floral notes, and there's iris in the base, by the way, so it's very, very powdery. And then in the middle you get a massive dose of patchouli. Since it's in the middle, it's super strong, which makes it really strong, adds to that strength of this fragrance. There's also jasmine in the middle, and in the base you get that massive dose of vanilla, musk, and I believe also iris. Yeah, this is a very, very strong fragrance that should only be worn in the coldest of the months. I like to wear this in fall too, but mainly in winter time, you guys. This is Monstera Wild Cherry. So you guys, that's it. Those are my favorite niche fragrances that I like to just wear in the coldest of the months in winter time, not even fall weather, but more like the bright, beautiful, snowy, super cold winter months. I hope the information I gave you was very helpful. Like I said, you guys, I like to wear, you know, the balsam, piney, conifer kind of fragrances, the heavy musk fragrances, and like cherry fragrances and soft gourmands in the winter time. So I hope that was helpful for you guys to sort of differentiate between fall and winter fragrances. In the fall time, I like to wear more of the heavy gourmand fragrances with super spicy touches and, you know, tend to be warm, that sort of fragrances. So I hope this video was helpful to you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know down in the description box what your favorite winter fragrances are. Do you differentiate between fall and winter fragrances, or you just wear cold weather fragrances and warm weather fragrances? And you know, some of you don't even differentiate between that. That's really up to you guys. It's your preference. But we're talking more about what works well in what weather. That doesn't mean you can't wear these fragrances in other time of the year too, depending on the situation. So I hope you enjoyed this video, you guys. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. that red button down there if you haven't subscribed yet. That really helps me grow my channel, you guys. I appreciate your support. I will see you guys in my next video.